Alright, hi, this is going to be my first actual attempt at proper GIMP tutorial type thing. This will just be an introduction to GIMP itself and stuff. I'm using version 2.8.10 on Linux. The latest version is 2.8.14 at the time of recording this video. It runs on basically everything. I'm running it on Linux Mint, it runs on Ubuntu, other versions of Linux, Windows, Mac, you name it, it probably runs on it. It's pretty decent, like it's what I use for pretty much all of my image editing. Like anything from silly shots of me and my friends to like the thumbnails. And in fact, I'll probably be making the thumbnail for this video in this video, if that makes sense. So yeah, when you first install and run it, it'll take a little while to start up first time, less so the next couple of times. You'll be presented with this, like 3 windows. I've got 2 monitors at the moment, so this one was actually all the way over on my other monitor. But, you know, I've pulled it back here just for you. Alright, if you want something a little bit more easy to understand, I suppose, single window mode. It's what I use it in as well, so like I strongly recommend it, because you get something a little bit more, I guess, user-friendly. Alright. Quick breakdown of what everything is. Here are all the different tools that are available to you. Some of them are like multiple part tools. I'll explain that in a later video. Beg pardon. There are tool options, so different options for the tools that you have. Layers will be a different video, and brushes, which will be a different video. Alright, and in the middle here is where the canvas will be. At the top here I have FX Foundry and Script View. Chances are you probably won't have them just from the default install. I'm pretty sure I had to install something else to get them. Maybe I'll cover them in a later video. Like, I don't ever recall actually using them, so yeah. But for now, we're just going to create a new image. Alright, like you can create from clipboard, from webpage, screenshot, all of these different things, but for now we're just going to stick with new. YouTube thumbnails, they have like a recommended size, but all I remember is that there's a minimum width of 640, so I'll just stick with this for now and go OK. I've actually had these two around the wrong way. Normally your picture will actually start off just plain white, and black will be the foreground and white will be the background. I should explain this a little bit. The foreground is what you paint with, so like if I click and drag black, if I click on it you bring up the color picker and you can pick red, or like you can use this wheel thing. Can like adjust different things. Like, you know, there's a whole different way of picking different colors. I just like to stick with this, and you know, maybe the occasional using the eyedropper to select the color anywhere on your screen sort of thing. There's also the eyedropper tool here for pixels on your picture, but let's say I wanted, I don't know, just this sort of greyish colour. Yeah, I can do that. See, it's pretty simple. Like, I mean, it's not a difficult thing to wrap your head around, especially if you've used something like Paint before in your life. There's the brush and there's also the pencil. They're very similar tools. So I'll just switch this back to black and Control Z to undo those two things. If you hold down Control and then scroll in with the mouse wheel, you'll be able to zoom in. I'm just doing this now just to sort of show the difference between the paintbrush and the pencil. So if I just draw a sort of straightish line with the paintbrush and then do the same thing with the pencil, you can definitely see how they differ. Like the paintbrush automatically has a more rounded look to it, and the pencil has much more jagged. Now, you know, different things for different people. There's also like the airbrush tool, the ink tool, and like I think there's another one that you can actually draw with. I can't remember it though. I might be wrong. But you know, there's a whole different range of things that you can do with this. It's just like, it's hard to explain to you without going into extreme detail the sort of things you can do with this. But you know, here's what you sort of have. If you erase, obviously you erase it. If you pick like a different background color though, that's what the eraser uses as the color that should be in the background. So, you know, you've got to keep that in mind. But, you know, you can quite easily flip these two colors with this little arrow here. So if I just do that, now apparently the erasing color is black. It's a little bit fiddly and it's a little bit pointless in the end. I'll just quickly switch the background color back to white, and I'll worry about showing you all select tools and stuff in a different video. Alright, so here we have the paintbrush and the pencil still. Even though I'll quickly make the pencil so it's like that. Alright, if you want to fill in with just a single colour, here you can see there's the fill type, which is currently FG colour fill, so foreground colour fill. If I click, it will fill everything in with black. If I click with this, it will fill everything in with white, which is kind of pointless, but you know. For now, I'll just make this colour dark bluish. This is one of the things that I didn't realise with the pencil tool and the paintbrush tool, is that if you have drawn something with either of them and then you fill in the background colour, you can see, because the paintbrush tool has that blur on it, and like it blurs the black to white sort of thing, you can see that it, from a distance even, can see that there's that outline around the paintbrush, whereas there's no such background around the pencil. Not sure if that's really of consequence to anyone, but you know, it's certainly something to keep in mind. So I'm just going to quickly paint over both of them. Because I quite like this blue colour. Alright, so you know, I've got quite a nice bluish colour. It's just solid, nothing special about it. I want to make some text. Luckily there's this text tool. You don't have to go this is a video. Like, that would be pointless and terrible. Let's face it. So, say I've currently got it centered and size 18. I can change the size now, but I'll quickly show you one thing with the text tool. I know I'm coming up to 10 minutes and that's quite some time for a quick introduction. So anyway, this is a video. You know, direct, straight to the point. Say I decide that that's not big enough, you think, oh, I'll just quickly change it here. As you can see, it's not doing anything, but if I was to start typing, that's another thing you've got to watch. What you have to do if you want to change the size of some text is that you have to select it first. Whoops. And then you increase the size. This is a video. Tutorial. Why not? That's direct, straight to the point. And I shall put I shall put just a light blue smiley just here, because, you know, everyone likes smileys. And I forgot about that. Sorry. Layers, I'll show them off in a different video. And smiley face. It's a terrible smiley face. Alright. And that is it. Like, I mean, I know I didn't talk about a lot over the last 10 minutes. I realise I talked for the whole 10 minutes as well, but that's what happens. Yeah. If you have any questions about it, just leave them in the comments below. I'll try and get to it. Yeah. Cheers. Thanks for watching, and I'll do another one soon.